Welcome to the 8th grade Math Homework Helper Series. Tonight's homework is Poly-1, Evaluating Polynomials. We'll start with some vocabulary. Polynomial is an algebraic expression that is the sum of one or more parts called terms. The inclusion of variables and/or exponents determine the number of terms. So in the example, we have 2x to the third power, negative 2x to the third power, which is a term because the x and the 3 separate it from the other terms. We have negative 4x to the second power, which is a term. We have positive 3x, which is a term, and then we have 1 with no exponent, which is also a term. Degree. The degree of a polynomial with one variable is the value of the largest exponent of that variable that appears in any term. So using the same example, the largest exponent we have in this polynomial is 3, and so then the highest degree is also 3. Descending order. Polynomials are usually written with the term that has the highest degree first, the second highest next, and so on. So in this case, since the 3 is the highest, we would put that at the beginning, and then 2 would come next, and even though if you look up at this piece, you see 3x plus 1, 3x is assumed to have an exponent of 1, and any number that doesn't have any exponent at all is called a constant, and that's assumed for determining value for descending order to have an exponent of 0. And so they would go in exactly this order right here. We'll start with question 5. For number 5, you're asked to evaluate each polynomial for g, which in this case is going to be equal to 2. So we're going to plug in 2 for all of the g's. For a, we have g minus g squared plus g to the third power. So we plug in the 2's, 2 minus 2 squared plus 2 to the third power. Moving in order of operations, we solve out for the exponents first. So we'll bring the 2 down. 2 to the second power is 4. 2 to the third power is 8. And then we move left to right, adding and subtracting as it occurs. So we get 2 minus 4 is negative 2 plus 8 equals 6. For b, we have g to the second power minus 9g. We're going to plug 2's in for the g's, so we have 2 to the second power minus 9 times 2. Now, with order of operations, it applies on a term-by-term basis, and these two terms are separated by the negative sign, so we can go ahead and solve out both of these at the same time. So we can do 2 to the second power, which is going to give us 4, and 9 times 2, which is going to give us 18. And if we subtract that, we get negative 14. For c, we have 5 minus g, pretty straightforward. 5 minus 2, then we get 3. For d, it's a little more complicated. We have 25g to the second power minus 4. So we're going to substitute 2 for the g. I like to put them in parentheses when we do that usually, especially in a complicated one like this. So that gives us 25 times 2 to the second power minus 4. Order of operations indicates we'll do 2 to the second power first. So it's 25 times 4 minus 4. 100 minus 4, 96. Next, we're going to be evaluating polynomials for m equaling negative 2. So we're going to plug negative 2 into each of these. This one's a little complicated, so we want to make sure that we put the negative 2 in parentheses, and everything outside of the m gets carried down into the problem. So that negative goes out here, the exponent of 2 goes out here, and the negative 2 goes inside the parentheses. Same thing on this side, we have negative 2 in parentheses with the 3 exponent outside. Now we can go ahead and solve exponents first. So we have negative 2 to the second power, which means negative 2 times negative 2. And we have negative 2 to the third power, which means negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. This negative is still outside the parentheses for now. We're not utilizing it yet. So negative 2 times negative 2 is going to give us a positive 4. That negative sign comes down. And then we have negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. The two negatives make a positive 4 times negative 2 give us negative 8. So really we have a negative 4 here plus a negative 8, which is going to give us negative 12. The key is just keeping it all individualized and taking it one step at a time. For b, we want to substitute -2 here, so we're going to put that in parentheses. So it's -2 to the third power with that negative still out here. So it's going to really look like this. -2 inside parentheses, -2 times -2 times -2. So the two negatives are going to make a positive and then a negative just like it did before. So we have -8, which of course would be a +8. Please use the work that was done for you tonight to help you to solve any additional problems that are on the homework. And remember, the key to success in math is not only working hard, but working smart.